Hare Krishna, Dandvat Pranams, all glories to Shri Guru Angaranga, all glories to Srila Bhaktivedanta, Van Goswami Maharaj, who is speaking in Rajkot on the 30th of July 2023 on the glories of Shri Krishna and his identification as Navanita Choram. He's speaking on this verse, Vraja Prasidam Navanita Choram Gopan Gananam Schadukhalu Choram Aneka Janma Arjita Papa Choram Chorang Gananam Purusham Namami. This is a shloka describing Shri Krishna as a sweet thief, and it's from Chorang Ganaya Purushashtakam by Bilwa Mangal Thakur. And its translation is, I offer pranam to that foremost of thieves, who is famous in Vraj as the butter thief, and he who steals the Gopis' clothes, and who, for those who take shelter of him, steals the sins which have occurred over many lifetimes. So Srila Maharaj is speaking now. He's describing Navanit. Navanit means Makhan Chor. Krishna in Braj, he is known as Navanita Choram, the Makhan Chor, stealer of butter. Makhan means ma, not. And Khan means Kam, but this Kam is described as transcendental love. So in the translation of that, we read that Prema Prameva Gopa Ramanam Kameva iti Agamat Pratham, and it's from Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila 4.163. And the translation reads, the pure prema of the Gopis has become celebrated by the name Kama, lust. The dear devotees of the Lord, headed by Sri Uddhav, desire to taste that love. Although the Gopis' prema is sometimes referred to as Kam, this refers to divine transcendental desire to satisfy Krishna in conjugal love, and is completely devoid of lust. The Gopis' love, this Kam, is known as pure transcendental prem. In the transcendental world, there is no mundane lust. And this also shloka, Atmendriya Priti Vancha Tare Bole Kam, Krishnendriya Priti Ichha Dhare Prema Nam. This is giving the definition of transcendental love and material lust and the difference between the two. The desire to gratify one's own senses is Kam, lust, but the desire to please the senses of Sri Krishna is Prem, pure love of God. Briefly, lust is for me and love is for Krishna. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Krishna saying, those jivas who do not serve me by correctly using their free will have to accept Kam, an enjoying mood, which is the perverted form of the jiva's pure love for me, prema. To satisfy one's self-desire is known as Kam, lust. But in the transcendental world, that love is pure. And it's for the pleasure of Krishna. In this material world, the bondage conditioned soul wants to be satisfied by mind and senses. We want happiness or not? We all want happiness. We want to have pleasure of the mind. But in the transcendental world, all the activities of the Brajvasis is for the pleasure of Krishna. And especially regarding the Gopis, if even they cannot be without giving pleasure to Krishna even for a moment. In that world it is known as Prem, transcendental love. The Gopis, they wear beautiful clothes. Why? For the pleasure of Krishna. All the activities of the Gopis are for the pleasure of Krishna. That's why we use this shlok. In this material world, all the clothes that we wear in this world are for our own pleasure. But in the transcendental world, all the Gopis, the clothes that they wear, it's for the pleasure of Krishna. They wear a variety of ornaments and decorations, all for the pleasure of Krishna, but for no other reason. For Krishna's pleasure, the Gopis perform all varieties of activities. They put ointment on their eyes, kajal. Once one Gopi was putting kajal in her eyes, and at that moment Krishna played his flute. But she did not have a chance to put kajal liner in her other eye. And in that time, Krishna played his flute, and without her being able to complete her makeup, she ran to Krishna. Then Krishna asked her, "Oh Gopi, I'm seeing from your toenails to all the top of your head, you're decorated very nicely. But you've put one eye you've put eyeliner, and the other you haven't. Why?" So the Gopis are replying in this little folk verse, saying, "Oh, I was about to put kajal on my other eye, but you at that moment played your flute. I was decorated in 16 forms of decoration. And at last I was putting the liner, and at that time you played your flute. I could not finish my makeup." Hearing this, Krishna's heart melted. Thinking that these gopis have so much love for me. And in the end, Krishna did what? He called another gopi to bring some kajal, liner, and he himself put liner on that gopi's eyes. And the remnants of that liner he put on a stone. Even to this day, there is one town called Ajnab Gaon. That town is named after this kajal. And Krishna's remnants marks are still there on that stone. And grandson Brajnab, he made a temple there and established a town there by the name of Anjan Stali. Anjan meaning eyeliner. Every year we go during Brajmandal Parikram to that place and we remember this pastime there. We are saying this because all the decorations of the Gopis, all the 16 decorations and 32 types of ornaments and dress are all for the pleasure of Krishna, and this is called prem. When there is this prem, this love, then the Lord gives his darshan. Braje Prasidam Navanita Choram. Why is Krishna famous in Braj? Because he is famous as a thief. He is known as Navanita Choram. So this verse, Braja Prasidam Navanita Choram Gopan Ganamscha Dukhula Choram Aneka Janma Arjita Papa Choram Chorangananam Purusham Namami. I offer pranams to that foremost of thieves, who is famous in Braj as the butter thief, and he also steals the gopis' clothes, and who, for those who take shelter of him, steals the sins which have occurred over many lifetimes. This Makhan, the Pandits have defined as Makhan, separated the two syllables. Ma means not, and Khan means Kam. Kam means lust. There is no lust in there. There is only pure love, transcendental love, prem. So he steals what? He steals their love. Gopis go sleep, and Krishna plays his flute, and the sound of the flute goes into the ears of the Gopis, enters their hearts and steals their love in their heart. And he's directly saying that I am stealing this very valuable jewel from your heart. And he's showing the Gopis directly in front of them, and then he runs away. At that time, what did the Gopis do? They ran after Krishna. This type of thief is not a thief. He's a dacoit. Dacoit, you understand? Dacoit. Chor, he steals, and in a hidden way. But dacoits, they directly in front of you, and challenging mood in front of you, they take whatever you have, your possessions, your prized possessions. And this way the Gopis say, what kind of a dacoit? Look what kind of a dacoit you are. We were sleeping, and you showed us in front of us. Then you challenged us. Look, I am taking this valuable jewel of yours. The Gopis, Dukul, he's stealing. What is Dukul? There are two meanings of Dukul. Kul means a dynasty, from the mother's dynasty and father's dynasty. One who comes to the shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, he is delivered from both these dynasties, from the mother and the fathers. Just once taking shelter of his lotus feet, the both dynasties from mother and father are liberated. Gokul also means vastra. Dukul means the clothes. One who steals the cloth. He also steals the sinful reactions of the devotees over many lifetimes. There are many types of sins, pap, mahapap, atipap. There are many different types of sins. Ordinary sin, like telling a lie, this is understood. To kill animals is called mahapap, and especially killing the cow, go, brahmanas, this is mahapap. And above that is atipap, more serious. This is mahapap. One who makes offenses in the lotus feet of Shri Guru and God, Bhagavan. But if one who takes the Lord's name just once, they are liberated from the sinful reaction of that sin. This sinful reactions of sinful activities is described as a huge mountain. So it is described in this verse in the pastimes of Dhruva Maharaj. When Dhruva Maharaj was going from this material world to the spiritual world, and he saw on the way the many skeletons, one on top of another, like a mountain. Then he asked Vishnu Dutas, whose bones are these? The Vishnu Dutas said, these bones, this is the bones of your body from one life to another. So many births he has taken. In this way, in every birth, some form of sinful activities we have performed, knowingly or unknowingly. Just like when we have come here, on the way we may have killed many ants through our own walking here. There's one type of very small insect, like white, we saw on the road. Like a worm. Nobody knows how many we may have killed. This is sinful, is it not? Killing a living entity, knowingly or unknowingly. We don't perform it knowingly, but unknowingly. We are cooking in that fire. So many living entities are killed. This is sinful. We are breathing. How many living entities enter through our nostrils or mouths and are killed in this way? The human beings, every birth, every life, they cannot say that they have not committed any sinful activities. We are breathing and killing. What is the solution to this? The reactions of this action. Parikshit Maharaj, Shukadev is asking this question to Shukadev Goswami. When Shukadev Goswami Pad was describing the hellish planets, and he was telling Parikshit Maharaj all the sufferings of the living entities in hellish planets. And so many types of punishments are given, whether you believe or not. they make one model of a woman in iron and burning hot iron, and then they are made to embrace that figure. Those persons who are performing such sinful activities are punished in this way. If somebody may say that I am leaving this body, how am I to know? No, this is not the case. Everybody has to go to Yamaraj, and then we are given a body accordingly. That it's called Jatana Mai Sarir, Jatana Mai body, that can experience the pain. This type of body is given. There are many descriptions of different types of sins and their reactions. Parikshit Maharaj began to cry hearing this description. But how will these living entities be liberated from this suffering condition? As many times as one we have birth, we are suffering our reactions from that. And to suffer the reactions, we have to come again and again in this world, and again go down into the hellish planets. What is the solution from this? This is the question of Parikshit Maharaj. This solution is that one who can chant the names of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Taking the Lord's name just once, we are relieved of the reactions of many sinful activities. But this is not an excuse to perform sinful activities and thinking that we can chant to alleviate the reactions. This is called namaprad, performing sinful activities on the strength of chanting the holy names of the Lord. We're not allowed to do this. We cannot chant and perform sinful activities. One who chants the holy names thinking like this is considered a namapradi. The pure name can never manifest on the person's tongue who chants in this way. But if we repeatedly perform sinful activities on the strength of the holy names, this is called Nam Aparad. We should be careful of this. For this reason, Shukdev Goswami, he spoke the glories of the holy names through the pastime of Ajamil. Ajamil, he gave his son the name Narayan. At the time of his leaving his body, he called his son Narayan, and as a result of which the Vishnu Dutas came. In this shloka from Tulsidas Ramayana, it's saying that yogis, they try to remember the Lord again and again in their practice of yoga, but at the time of death it's not so easy to remember the Lord. So Tulsidas described very nicely in Ramcharitmanas. Oh, Bali prayed to Lord Ramchandra, please, oh my Lord, be merciful to me. What I have done wrong, I'm now suffering. But only my only desire, last desire is that I remember you, and chanting your holy name and having you darshan, I leave my body. So it's written Aneka Janma. He is the crown jewels of the thieves, Shri Krishna. Such a person, I'm offering my pranams again and again. By chanting the holy names, all our sinful reactions will be eradicated. He is the stealer of Srimati Radhika's heart. He is also described in this verse as I offer my pranams to the king of the thieves who steals Srimati Radhika's heart, who steals the dark lustre of a fresh rain cloud, and who steals all the sins and sufferings of those who take shelter of his feet. He steals the hearts of it steals all the sins and sufferings of those who have taken shelter of his lotus feet. Just this is how merciful Govinda. The Lord is saying, come, take shelter at my lotus feet, and I will deliver you from all sinful reactions. In the shloka of Bhagavad Gita, Sarva dharma parityaja, but giving up all our duties, we will incur sin. But the Lord, He promises that if you take shelter of me, I will deliver you from all sinful reactions. Shri Lal ki jai, Jai Shri Radhe jai, Jai Shri Gurudev ki jai, Shri Bhaktivedanta Van Maharaj ki jai, ki jai, Hari ki jai, Shri Radhe, Hare Krishna.